station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 4.
Here's a look at today's top stories all across the DMV.
Cleaning up from the weekend storms.
We're very lucky.
And there's a lot of work left to do.
Well, and you saw it right there, folks. The cleanup continues after this weekend's storms. Now, is Mother Nature going to cooperate? Give us some nice weather in order to do so. We'll have your forecast in just a bit.
And we're putting the spotlight on your latest DMV doer who is guiding our older friends in the DMV as they try to get the most out of their golden years.
And thanks for joining us on this Monday for DC News Now at 4. I'm Mark Hall.
And I'm Elisa Gale. Our top story today is that cleanup that continues after that wild burst of wind and rain walloped the DMV over the weekend. We'll hear from meteorologist Damon Matson again and Ben Dennis shortly. But Ben, let us know about how to stretch our dollar if we're paying for any repairs right now after the storm.
But first, our Dave Laval is joining us live from Northwest DC, which got hit especially hard by the storms. Dave, how's the cleanup going?
Well, good afternoon to you, Mark and Annalisa. We're at the corner of 44th Place and Garfield Street Northwest, and behind me you see some of the debris that remains in the road, which is the reason why it is closed along this stretch of 44th Place. It's a similar scene around much of Northwest DC. The tree that fell here somehow managed to miss a home under construction and a car parked near where it fell. The tree also brought down power lines and left many people in the dark, and not just here. Look at the tree that fell on a house Sunday on Tunlaw Road and Beecher Street. There's no word on the damage. However, it also knocked out power to many homes. We caught up with Pepco crews as they worked to restore electricity, not only there, but to all of those left in the dark by the storms. We spoke to some of them, and they're taking it all in stride.
It's okay. I can do without AC. Food's gone. Working at a friend's house.
You look at this, you say, oh my God, this is like a third world war, you know? So we're okay.
And we just got the latest information regarding power outages from Petco, and here's what we know. According to Petco, roughly 2,600 customers are currently without power. That's pretty much an even split between the district and Montgomery County. Also, we've been told 700 crews from 10 states are also in the area to help restore the electricity. The plan, according to Pepco, is to have all of the electricity back on by 3 o'clock Tuesday afternoon. We're live in Northwest. Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Dave, thanks for that. And before we let you go, you've been out driving around all day. Can you give us an idea of what the roads are looking like right now?
Yeah, I can tell you right now, even though it's been a couple of days, or it's been almost a full day since the storms cleared the area, it's still a mess in many areas of the district. And so you got road closures pretty much everywhere you look here, including a section, the northern section of the George Washington Memorial Parkway. The National Park Service has not said when it will reopen the traffic, but crews are working to clear away all the fallen trees.
Dave Laval, thank you. And we're looking live outside this afternoon, and what a difference a day makes. Much cooler, not quite as humid, and clear skies in the DMV today.
Yeah, it was nice to see that relief as well on Sunday. Let's get over to meteorologist Damon Matson now for a first look at this forecast.
Yeah, that view says it all right there, guys, as we are, thankfully, enjoying some quieter conditions behind all of those storms that we dealt with over the weekend. We are trending in the right direction in order to pick up the pieces and bring back the power to many locations that still don't have any power. This is on our weather graphics here. Estimates on those number of customers without power in the district. Montgomery County still counting up to close to 1,000. Prince George's County has dropped quite a bit. We're down just to 500 estimated here, and then Fairfax County still sitting at a couple of hundred as well. The key thing to note is that these numbers continue to drop. The crews are getting out, being able to do what they do and help bring the power back to those that lost it from those storms a couple of days ago. Now, to start out the day, Mother Nature wasn't so cooperative. We had quite a bit of rainfall in and around the D.C. metro from some heavier showers and a few storms. Totals up to a little over a half an inch. Even our western counties picked up some rainfall. But ever since the sun came up, well, we've had more and more sunshine and those dry conditions. The satellite and radar picture is clear as can be, and we want to keep this going for as long as we can until the storm cleanup is over. And we have just that as we go into your evening time, folks. Not only are we quiet, but the temperatures have been much improved from late last week. We've only been in the mid-80s with dropping humidity levels. That trend will continue over the next few hours, so it is going to be a very nice Monday evening for you out there. But the question then is, when do we see some storms back in the forecast? Is it any time in the near future? We'll have your full forecast coming up in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. And a heads up for Virginia drivers because of damage from the storm. As Dave mentioned, the George Washington Memorial Parkway will be closed in places as crews clean up. Now, the North Parkway from Spout Run to I-495 is still closed, except for a few lanes near Route 123. Southbound lanes of Spout Run Parkway are also closed.
And with so much damage after the storm, the price for repairs could add up. Homeowners and car owners have started filing those claims to help cover those costs. DC News Now's consumer reporter and anchor Ben Dennis joining us now to talk about the most important steps you can take right now. Now, Ben, it seems like a lot of people are documenting that damage to make sure that they keep on top of it.
That's absolutely correct, documenting even with their phones. From cars turned into tin cans, homes riddled with trees, breaking windows and covering sidewalks. This unexpected burden to pay for repairs is quite stressful. But that's why we're helping you stretch your dollar, giving several options to ensure you get what you're owed by the insurance companies. You can start by filing an insurance claim, taking several steps. NerdWallet says, first, review your insurance policy. Check your deductible. If it's $1,000, but there's damages worth $10,000, quick math, your insurer should pay $9,000. Call your insurer to report the damage. Document heavily with photos and videos. Take a video, for example, if there's an ongoing leak. This can ensure proof of damage as you work to clean up. And businesses, homes, cars, all included. And if you want someone to verify the full extent of the damage, consider hiring a public adjuster. They're state-credentialed professionals who interpret your policies, document the damage, and conduct interviews. Business Insider says public adjusters may charge between 5% and 20% of your final settlement, depending on the scope of work. Key here, states have different rules for what adjusters can charge. So, yeah, everything's local news here with the local news operation. In Maryland, there's no law stipulating this. The amount an adjuster can charge is negotiable. In Virginia and D.C., adjusters cannot charge you more than 10% of settlement proceeds. And while you may pay to hire a public adjuster, note that they work for you, not the insurance company. Companies have adjusters of their own. So hiring someone yourself may give you peace of mind.
All right, Ben, great information there. But how can people know which adjusters to trust exactly with so many people who may be trying to take advantage of them?
In Maryland, head to statebasedsystems.com. That's going to help you verify that adjuster ultimately registered with the state. And in DC and Virginia, or Virginia rather, go to sec.virginia.gov/BOI. Ben Dennis, back to you.
Hey, Ben, thank you. Well, new tonight, D.C. police investigating a deadly shooting at the corner of West Virginia Avenue and Mount Olivet Road in Northeast Washington. Police responded just after 12:30 p.m. to the area where they found a man who was shot to death. So far, no arrests have been made.
Meanwhile, an investigation in the district has found that a former top advisor to Mayor Muriel Bowser, John Falchicchio, sexually harassed a second employee. A 3-page summary listed 5 allegations, including that Falchicchio engaged in physical sexual advances and sent the woman unwanted flirtatious messages. The woman first came forward toward the end of March after another district employee filed a complaint alleging that Falchicchio sexually harassed her as well.
And today we're highlighting a DMV doer who puts the action into the verb. DMV native James Butch Goodwin is focused on helping people who have passed halftime in the game of life and making sure that they keep living their best life.
For a long time, our community has been plagued with, high blood pressure and diabetes and bad eating. So, we kind of started this to make sure that, hey, you know what, it's time to start moving.
James Butch Goodwin runs Goombay Adventures. The mission is straightforward.
Get folks off the couch and doing things that are going to keep them young and healthy. When you get 50, you need to be doing something to stay active.
Goodwin says as you get older, it's about your mindset.
Because whitewater rafting, that was our first event, and we did that back in 1990. And it was really difficult getting African Americans to do that kind of stuff. They would say, oh, we don't do that. So our first trip, we had about 30 people, and they loved it. And I said, okay, I'm on to something.
According to a January CDC report, 30% of the black adults in D.C. and 23 states do not participate in physical activities outside of work.
When I first started, no one did this. Everyone told me that, hey, black folks don't do this kind of stuff. We don't go rock climbing, and we don't camp out, and we don't hike.
Goombay Adventures provides many activities, including kickball and hiking.
We even do a 20-mile night hike, which is very challenging. But the last time we did it, we had 30 people to come out.
Katidra Nixon, who just turned 50, joined Goombay Adventures several years ago and says it's been a blast.
The first thing that it gave me was some healthy adult interaction. I had never gone on a hike before, nevertheless, backpack. So for that to be my very first thing with them, and I was sold.
For her, whitewater rafting took being active to another level.
And I'm like, okay, yeah, I love water, but that's also like one of those kind of fears. So I'm like, that's an adventure. And then honestly, it's not the thing that people that look like us do. So that's the thing that I want to do, because we're capable of doing anything we want.
And staying active has had a major impact on her life, and she now pays it forward, encouraging others to keep it moving.
To see other people that look like me come out of this comfort zone, the things that we don't do, it's just a wonderful feeling.
At 58, James says he has no plans of slowing down.
It's definitely opened the minds of our members and just African Americans in general to say that, hey, we can do this kind of stuff.
Great story.
Yeah, you know what? And James Butch Goodwin is speaking to me. It's like, there was a saying from somebody who ran for president a while back, there's more days behind you than in front of you. Mm-hmm. But that's not an excuse to not stay active and just, keep living your best life. So
important.
Again, it's still very important. So that's what I got out of that story.
Love it. Well, thank you for that.